Hi everyone, welcome to Coloring with Lori. I'm a couple minutes early just so I can get everything set. Hopefully it'll be popping up by 11. So hi to anybody watching the playback. Happy Friday! We made it to another Friday. Would be just another day to me, although it is live day, so that's always nice. And a busy week for me anyway. Anybody else would probably think it was just an average week. So I was looking for some colors to do this other wood, and I drew in some more green where I feel it needs to go. Hi Taylor. Hiya. Just sitting here talking to myself, as Amy would say. Hopefully somebody watches the playback. But how are you this evening? So, yeah, I drew a line down in the middle of here. I felt like these two sections needed the green because there's green down here. So I did draw that in. I'm not going to do that on live, but I'll ink it in and use the same colors to match that wood. So, yeah. This is actually the first time I got to sit down and color since Wednesday. I'm like going through coloring withdrawals. I've been looking all over for this pencil. There it is. So I feel like I'm out of practice and it's only been 2 days. Hi, Wellness. Welcome. Nice to see you. I tried to come on a little early per views request, but that didn't work out so well. But anyway, here I am. Tired today. Like I said, it's been a busy week for me. That's good, Taylor. How you doing tonight, Wellness? Haven't seen you around much. But yeah, I had company yesterday, so that really drains me. My dad and my sister and my youngest brother came for a visit. That was very nice. I haven't seen them since December. Um, just busy. My mom had a doctor's appointment, and I I called the friend to see if she wanted to come help me out get my house back in order. So she was here the one day, and we were going over things, which she made me feel much better. She said, "Oh my God, you exaggerated. It's not that bad," and so that was nice to hear because to me it's horrible. But um, and then like I said, I had company yesterday, and just moving so slow, everything takes I used to be able to take a shower in 15 minutes. Now it takes me like 40. I used to be able to make my mom's dinner in a half hour. Now it might take me an hour and a half. Everything just takes me so dang long. So I'm just glad I can still color a little bit. So I want to do this chair in blue. I think that'll look nice with the brown behind. And it's my worst color, honestly, to work with. I don't feel like, I don't know why. I always struggle with blue pencils. So I think we'll just kind of stick to light ultramarine and ultramarine and then find something for a low light. Yeah, I miss seeing you around. So it's always nice to see the people you're used to seeing. I say that right. So I'm checking these blues to see which one will go the best with the ultramarine and the light ultramarine. Anyone coloring tonight? What you coloring with? I said I don't do blues very often for a mixed color, so of course I know those two will be right, but I really wanted to go darker, not lighter. Find something in here that matches. I can. I hope so, Taylor. Thanks. I shouldn't say I hope so. You're right. I will. You're coloring the sweet shop page. I did bring that out. I started it. I didn't get very far. Like I said, I haven't had any time to color, but I was sitting here the one night playing it with it, and I just looked at these and I saw, oh, lemon drops and orange all. Okay, I'm coloring that lemon. I'm coloring, and then the jaw stopper droppers. So I'm like, oh, those are all different colors. So I just did that and then started my trim on here, which I used like a greeny color, but it looks gray. So I'm going to have to play with that a lot because I don't want that gray because I think my bricks are going to be gray. But yep, I got it started. No, I did not get to the end of that live. I tried last night and I've been really busy the last 2 days, Kim. I was just explaining that to Taylor. So Chrissy's here. Good. I was so hoping to see you. Hi, Chrissy. Of course, I'm always hoping to see you all. I just haven't seen her at all, so nice to see her. I worry about you guys when I don't see you around. I know I'm a worrywart. I can't help it. It's just my nature. It's too bright. I think so far I like that one the best. Let's see. Well, maybe this one. Oh, I shouldn't do this on here. Alleys have a tendency to indent the paper. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, we'll go with this one. All right. So I'm going to do... I got something under there. Okay. Yeah, of course I picked the one I can't say. Poly 247 in the three, and then the light ultra and the ultramarine. I'm gonna base with the light ultra. Hi Ivy, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you, Chrissy. I missed anybody else? To let it slide this time. Okay, I should get to it tonight because also I watched MasterChef last night. I have to watch them when they pop up because otherwise my mom will be watching them, and then it's no fun because why watch it if you already know who's getting voted off? So, and if you missed it coming in, I was talking about that I drew in some extra wood grain here because she's got the wood grain down here and the wood grain here, but it wasn't up here. So I split this in half and drew in the wood grain. Can you see it on the camera? Yeah, you can. So I'm going to ink it in and then color it with the colors that I used on there, but I didn't want to do that on live. So we're going to work on the chair. Base it in this light ultramarine. This is a big object for Polychromos pencils, so hopefully it'll work out okay. A lot of layering, 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 layering. Hi, Robin. So nice to see you. Thank you, everyone. What's going on? Me? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm just sleepy. I would say, not sleepy. I'm tired. Like I said, the last 2 days have been really busy. For me. Anybody else, it would probably just be a normal day. But I had company yesterday. It was very nice to see my family. I haven't seen them since December. And we only live a couple miles away. It's just between, you know, not driving and, counting on other people and doctor's appointments and the weather and, you know, certain condition, physical conditions, it just hasn't happened. It's always falling through. So it was really good to see them. So, well, I hope everybody is well also. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. Good to see you in. Oh, happy to see everybody. I was going to cancel tonight because I was so, you know, just physically exhausted, really. But I was like, I haven't colored in a couple of days. And my family, like, all talk at the same time. And I just find it ridiculous because you never get an answer to a question. You never know. I bumped the camera. I apologize. I'll stop wiggling in a second. And it's like, I'm not like that. I don't overtalk people. So my head is spinning trying to follow all these conversations that are always getting cut off. And, then I'm like, well, oh, shoot, that conversation never got finished. And it's exhausting because, it's four people talking at the same time and I'm trying to follow along. And I'm just like, whew, it's tiring. So, but at the same time, it was good to see him. We ordered some carryout. Our favorite barbecue around here had closed, so we tried. I don't know if they have them in other states. Bad Brad's barbecue, which I'll tell you first off that the amount of food that we got for 5 people could have fed 10. So it was $120, and I'm telling you, we have so many leftovers. And of course, I sent some home with them because we'll never eat them all before they go bad. But the only thing that was bad is their side dishes were all spicy. So when you're eating barbecue and then every side dish is spicy too, I didn't really care for that. So it would be a place I would order the meat and make my own side dishes, but it was nice for something different. And it's nice to actually feel like you got your money's worth. We always do pizza and it's like $70 for pizza. I'm like, well, I'd much rather have barbecue and a whole bunch of food left over. So, are you laughing at me, Taylor? Taylor has the giggles today. That's nice to see. I see you're giggling all over in the lives today. I shouldn't say that. I just saw you a little while in views. Oh. See, I was even late to that today because I was behind with my dishes, and usually by that time I'm free, but not today. Had to catch up on laundry, and of course you are. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I've got, that's one thing my boyfriend Mike always says. Like, he says I do amazing wood and bricks and stone and stuff like that. So when I told him I was getting all the compliments on the wood, he's like, see, I told you. So it's not quite finished. And then I'm going to struggle with, what color to do these side pieces and stuff, but that's why it's kind of the way it is. I don't want it all to blend together. I do have colors picked for this, the table, so it'll be a lighter color. I don't want everything to be brown. That's why I figure a nice blue chair against the wood will be nice here. Hopefully. Sorry, sniffing always starts when I sit back here. Not sure why. Not sure why. I apologize. Oh, that's good, Taylor. Yes, of course you are. Oh, you love spicy foods? I do too, but my esophagus does not. I had like a whole year. Um, one of my MS symptoms was I can't say gastroparesis, but anyway, what it is your stomach like is slightly paralyzed, so it doesn't digest all the food properly. So what that did was caused real bad acid reflux, and I got a bunch of ulcers. So I had to go on a really strange diet. It was like the doctor telling me to eat everything that most doctors tell you not to eat, like no fresh vegetables, um, only white bread, a lot of potatoes, rice, noodles, And if I ate vegetables, I had to like mince them, to where they would just digest kind of like a liquid. And it was crazy. So it was like we were laughing, and I was really close with Tasia, and Kim probably remembers when I went through that too. Um, they called me Tater because I just was making up all these potato recipes. It was like that was my main food was potatoes, and it was just bizarre. And I love fresh vegetables, so I couldn't wait till I could eat a salad again. And they weren't sure if that was a permanent symptom or not, so I was making up, potato cookbook recipes and trying to amp them up as much as I could. And yeah, I got really good at making meals out of potatoes. Trim a mint green. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Do you think that would go with my blue chair though? We'll put a little question mark there. Deserted island. I love potatoes. I did. She actually commented on one of my shorts yesterday. So she's around. She just, she left YouTube a long time ago and kind of crept back in for a little bit there. But yeah, she liked my ice cream truck and my Johanna Basford's, the little truck page I posted in the shorts. That Paris book you got for View, I'm like tempted, but then I'm like, no, 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 no. 92 pages of these or 45 in the first one, whatever it is. That's plenty for me. And I have a few books that are dedicated just to like Inktense, so that's going to go in that pile. What I like about that book, and I don't think View has read that in the beginning, is the lady is actually sitting outside the storefronts painting them with watercolor, or she's obviously uh, sketching first, which I think why some have the bricks drawn in and some don't, because she just watercolored in the bricks. She didn't sketch them in. So they're like actual storefronts and how they actually look. So and then the back of the book has like a color mixing chart, which I don't think she found either. It took me a while to find that because it's between the two the thick green pages in the back. So I don't know if you saw that on yours either, Ivy. If you go behind the green pages in the back, there's like a neat little so many colors you can make out of like two colors. Green and blue go good together. Okay. Oh, we're doing a Rhapsody page. I have Rhapsody. Ooh, Symphony Aminals. I have that too. I have that too. Hi, Carol. Thank you. Welcome. Right, Taylor? Yeah, my sister-in-law is a amateur artist, and she was looking through the book, and she was really amazed. Yeah, so those are real paintings from a real artist. I was going to tell her, and she has a YouTube channel too, where she actually colors in the book herself. So, um, yeah, and I like I said, I haven't heard View mention that, so I'm sure she'll eventually get to that page because, like I said, it took me a while before I noticed it too. So I was like, oh. And then in the front, it tells you, which Ivy talked about on her channel when she showed the book, it tells you where the stores are at, actually, and you can look up and see the real store. And yeah, a lot of them, they look just like the paintings, like, if it's a store that's, not changing what's on display in the window. But yeah, she did a really good job, which I think is why that's called Urban Annie, because, she's out painting, which is what I said. Remember, I said my sister in law does. She goes to stores in downtown and stuff and sketches. They have a little urban sketching group. Oh, downtown was not doing well today. Our big hospital down there was. I'm like, what is this? A Grey's Anatomy story? Sad. I hope everybody's okay. I haven't heard an update, but there was an active shooter in the hospital, so the hospital was on lockdown. I don't know if that made national news or not, but that's what was going on in the city today. Usually you don't hear much about the city lately. One of our suburbs connected to the city is just, bad. But, yeah, when you said mint green, I automatically thought of, what is the name of that green in this set? This one here. What is it? Light phthalo? Will that match my woods? You green and blue folks, what do you think? Would that be good? Can you see that okay? Yeah, I think that does look pretty nice. Let's see. We shall see. The paper, do you have any of the Thomas Kincaid Disney books? I think it's the same paper because it's like the same type of book. I would say the same publisher. I would, I don't have the Urban Annie down here right now, but I can check that for the future for you. Rhapsody in the Forest, Taylor. Rhapsody in the Forest by Kanoko Igusta. Yes, in the hospital. It was horrible. Oh, I see. You're not talking about Rhapsody in the Forest. You're talking about Rhapsody. I got. Sorry. Shh. I'll be quiet. Is that like I don't catch those prompt things. I have to start watching Shani more because I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I catch her sometimes. Um but she's on a little early for me. And Kim, I could so relate to you where you said you lay in bed and watch, but you can't type. That's how I am when you guys are on in the afternoon. Like I lay there and I'm listening, but my fingers don't work yet. My brain's not like I'm afraid to say anything because it's like I'll probably just sound like an idiot. So, so that was the in. Somebody's gonna have to pronounce this for me. The 247 indithrine blue. I have no idea how that's supposed to be pronounced. And then the ultramarine for the middle. Got it. Yeah, let me just go in my corner and be quiet. That Rhapsody prompt. Oh. So what's everybody else up to tonight? Any anything new and exciting in your worlds? I should have switched to Prismacolors for this chair, honestly, but we'll get it done. Layering, layering, and layering, and layering. So yeah, I have big choices for dinner tonight. So I can have leftover barbecue or leftover tacos. Mm. I'll probably do tacos and then make like some mac and cheese tomorrow and a salad to go with the leftover barbecue. Cool down my pipes. Yeah, so since I had that episode with I could only eat the potatoes and stuff, and I'm cautious about hot foods that I eat, we'll say. And I used to love pickled foods. That was more my thing than hot stuff. I like pickled cauliflower and banana peppers. I loved mild banana peppers. I throw them on every sandwich I eat. Wonder if I could get away with that again. It's scary once you have that so bad. Hi, Jessica. You made it today. That's actually what we had was taco salad and tacos. I had taco salad and Mike had tacos, and I found it so funny because I was talking to Amy that day, and I said I was making Mexican that night, and she shows me a picture that she had just eaten a taco salad and her husband had tacos, and I said, "Oh, that's so funny." Because that's exactly what we're gonna do. Is I'm having taco salad and he's having tacos. So, yep, definitely be having a bunch of lettuce and tomatoes with it for sure. So, yeah. Oh, welcome back, Taylor. Did you leave? Oh, wait a minute. I missed something. I missed something. Oh. Ooh. 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 Yeah, taco salad is good, isn't it? Oh, awesome, Chrissy. Yes. Color, color, color. Oh, that's fine. Glad you made it. Yum, Kim. Haven't had that in forever. Are you putting it on the barbecue or just broiling? Oh my god, I say that all the time, Taylor. Except for the spices, like I love all the food, I just can't do it real hot. But I'll just throw sour cream on it and guacamole to calm it down. So yes, barbecue, yummy. Like I said, our barbecue got so ruined this year, so upsetting. They making us take the barbecues off the deck, and I have this beautiful deck, and it's just not fun. You have to sit on your lawn when you have a deck, and everybody here has decks. You know, that's how it's set up. We don't have yards, so we have nice sized decks so we can do things outside. And ours is all enclosed, so you know that well the dogs and well just now Pebbles uh, can go out there and not have to be tied up on a leash. Of course, we watch them very closely. Watch her, but you know how that goes. Yeah, so really miss barbecuing this year. I wonder if they'll yell at us if we do it in the winter on the deck. They probably won't even notice, actually. Yeah, they even made us, pull off the gas ones. Even if they're not used, they have to be off the porch. So I don't know if somebody had a propane tank explode or I don't know. I find it like I was saying. You think that they would say you can't smoke on there before barbecuing. I know a clean, peaceful house is nice. I did hire somebody. She's coming tomorrow to clean. So hopefully that will relax me a little bit. I remember that, Taylor. That was, who knows? Just being innocent. That's what we used to do. Yeah, I bet he does. I was a little leery about taking them off leash out there, but they listen really good. I don't know why they say they. Chubbs isn't with us anymore. Oh, he wants some. Oh, Taylor, that's so sweet. Tell him not to hurry. Tell him some horror stories about it or something. I don't know. Slow down, buddy. Be a kid. I think that's my biggest regret in life. Being in such a hurry to grow up. You know, gosh, enjoy that youth. I know I had my palm read when I was in high school. It was a girlfriend of mine. Her father did it. And he always said, "You live in the fast lane." Eh, I think about that a lot. I just wanted to do. I wanted to do, you know, like I was ready. Let me out here. I want to go to work. But so that came from my dad because he put us to work at 14. We had to go get working permits. And before that, I babysat. My brother had a paper route, you know, so we were working at 11 years old. Oh, I don't have a white polychromos down here. Okay. So what are we going to do? The sky blue lighter. Yeah, I'll use sky blue. I would have liked a white in here to keep it real light on this side, but I'm gonna use sky blue. So Amy must be asleep. I talked to her at 10:30, but oh, did you get the answer on what London broil is? Oh, there she goes. Okay. Exactly. It's like when we're kids, we want to be adults. When we're adults, we want to be kids. We're just never happy. Exactly, Taylor. It's like, what was the rush, idiots? It's like a high quality top round. You know what a round steak is? Oh, I'm sorry. She said I'm cute, Mom. She's got a crush on me. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Amazon's been on the ball here, boy. I've been ordering things and I get them the next day. What I find funny is I'll like order something at midnight and it'll show up at 5 in the morning. And I don't know, like we have a warehouse real close and it's like somebody in a car that drops it off. So I don't know if they like hire people to do just, close loads or something, like a door dasher for Amazon. Like I find it so strange. I don't want to do that middle part yet. I'm gonna work on this side. Like I said, this is a lot of layering, guys. Sorry. You know, if you know, you know, if you're a polychromos user. And this paper, like, even with a little hard pressure, they're not going down. Like, it's gotta go layer. They're just kind of sliding off. And I always get confused. The buttons are darker around the edges, yeah. And then a little pop in the middle, right? I have one leather chair over here, but it's kind of got all the. It holds like all the down blankets and stuff that we don't use because they're too heavy, but they don't fit in the closet or the cedar chest or whatever. So they're hanging around. Me too, Ivy. I tell you, they canceled it. Oh, geez. They really are. I mean, like, and I'm still up, so it's like I get the little thing, and I'm like, ooh, this is here, that's here. Oh, over $25. I think everything I order is over $25. Yeah, it pretty much is a good cut of a top round steak. When I was younger in my early life, I actually worked as a boneless meat cutter, and I did boneless meat and chicken. I started as a meat wrapper, and then I ended up, because me and the one butcher ended up running the meat department because we were really good and didn't need any help. Not to brag or anything, it's just the truth. When we would have to restock the whole counter, say, it went down and we lost food or whatever, so we'd have to get the whole counter back up, or a big sale or whatever happened, holidays. He started teaching me how to do, cutting the meat. And I would not go near the bone saw, the table saw. Like, it's just like a regular wood saw, but it cuts bone. Um, so yeah, I learned how to chop a chicken up, from a whole chicken, and how to separate the leg from the thigh, and, do all that stuff, and then cut all the boneless meat, which the round steak, they came two ways. You could come boneless or on a side of beef with a bone, but yep, it's pretty much a good cut of a top round. And you have to cook it on high heat really fast. And you shouldn't really cook it over a medium, and then it'll be super uber tender. Sound about right, Ken? I don't know what that is. What's a cinch machine? If you like a hard pencil, you will like polychromos better. You definitely can do more detailing with them. Actually, Taylor, yeah. I didn't eat beef for a really, really long time. Um, and it was pretty hardcore. I think about the things that I used to lift. I was like 116 pounds back then. And like we would have frozen cases of fish come in. I will never forget. It was Alaskan whitefish, and it came in this big box. And I would have to put them on a silver tray and then take them out and put in the thing. Well, that box was like 50 pounds. And then the whole chickens came in boxes of 70 pounds, and they would come upside down. So the ice was on top. So you had to flip them over so that the ice would be on the bottom and you could pull the chickens out. So I used to be able to pick up those boxes and flip them over. Like, I think about that stuff and I'm like, is that what's wrong with my body now? Like, I just beat the crap out of it when I was younger. You know, my nickname was Mighty Mouse and Energizer Bunny. I didn't let anything stop me, And that's my whole family says, like, my older brother was really kind of babied and catered, and, I was just kind of left to the wild. And that's what the whole family said. We never worried about you. You just knew you'd be okay. You just did it. Which I guess is a compliment, but at the same time, I felt like left out. Like, huh, well, you do that for him and not for me. Yeah, I was pretty scared I'd chop my hand off too. Oh, it's your first time having it, Kim? Okay, well, don't overcook it. Don't overcook it. It is fancy. Like I said, it has to be a good. It can't be like, and you probably won't under. You may understand the difference between select or. Uh, oh, see, now my mind went blank. The prime meats. So there's something called no roll, which is usually like that round steak where you have to simmer, to get it tender. where the London broil would be your more prime cut. Yeah. So you will enjoy it. A lot of people stuff them and roll them too, but I think you tenderize them when you do that. So just going through this, I'm not a fabric person. This cord, I know there's a name for this stuff. Ribbons, going in with the, the 247, the one I can't pronounce. And see, even this, like, almost going full pressure, it's not going full color. I'm still going to have to layer it up. So, but this paper is pretty, actually, very smooth. I don't think there's any texture in this. Which is why I thought the polychromos might be nice. Because they do seem to like smooth paper. Kind of hard to work them in the texture. Hubby cooking it, he said he Googled it. All right. You'll have to let me know how it was, Kim. For notebooks? What did I miss? Okay. A book binding machine. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, I do think it's very cool when people spiral their books. Ooh, yep. That's good, Kim. He's on it. Okay, it should be very, very good. And do you guys eat your meat, like medium? Not well done? My older brother, he always ate his meat well done, and we went out to eat for my birthday. I think it was last year, maybe the year before. And he ordered a steak medium, and I about fell off the chair. He goes, yeah, I smoked a brisket, and it was horrible. Well, and then I read, and he's like, so now I eat my meat medium. I'm like, oh my goodness, all those years you were just killing meat. Yeah, if you've never tried medium meat and you think you like it well done, you need to try it. It's a whole new experience. Wow, that color looks so pale on the camera. Wow. You guys, this is so dark. That's weird. Now, why does the wood look the same color? Actually, the wood looks brighter. Okay, so that's it. It all looks brighter. That reminds me. Ooh, chicken wings. Yes, medium. Perfect. Medium rare. Or in the medium. Ooh, yummy. We did a lot of porterhouse the last year. The one Myers. I don't know if you guys have Myers. And Kroger actually has been selling really good porterhouse steaks, and they're like cheaper per pound than hamburger. That's like, oh, you can afford a steak. Well, you know what? A pound and a half steak is cheaper than a pound of hamburger, so I'm getting the steak because I can always grind the steak up and make hamburger if I don't want the steak. But yeah, I don't like my steak moving at me either. I can't do rare. Medium rare is rough. If it's a good medium rare to where it's hot, then it might be okay. But my mom brought me home a steak. She went out with my sister-in-law, and she got it rare so I could cook it up. Even after cooking it for 10 minutes, it was still what I would say raw. Like, oh, Jesus. I don't think they cooked this thing at all. No Myers? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't remember seeing them in other states when I used to travel, so. But I guess the Kroger's has good deals on them too. Are we all craving steak now? I'm glad I got some beef to eat tonight. Eat venison steak. Yeah. I don't. I really struggle with venison, but we did hamburgers with bacon in there, and that I liked. That I actually liked a lot. So if I eat venison, it's usually just a hamburger. I've never been, and I've done everybody. Oh, you just haven't had it cooked right. Well, if I heard that one more time, no, I don't think I could have it cooked any different. We are a hunting state. My entire life, everybody always has deer every year. Kim, can they hunt wild boar where you are? We've been reading about that lately, that you can hunt boar here. Do they allow that out by you? You have any idea? I was like, what the heck? Me too, Pussy. Funny. Hi to anybody watching and not chatting. Thank you for the likes. Never had venison. Is it available where you are, or is that like, I'm so, what do you call that? When I don't know a lot about other areas. What's local to different states. Other than peaches, like peaches in Georgia and steak in Texas and, those kind of things. Oranges in Florida. But Amy did the myth busting. I had a really, really good peach today. And Michigan is known for their peaches when it's, peach season. We do have pretty good peaches. So I was like, I text Amy, I just ate a really good peach and I thought of you. Is it true that Georgia has the best peaches? And she said, no, they're horrible. I was like, oh, that's funny. Myth busted. So we busted the myth of the best peaches in Georgia. I don't know where she is today. I think she's in Texas still. That's what we weren't sure. Like, we didn't know, like, do we have wild boar, or is it just like, a farm that somebody raises them and allows you to hunt them? Hey, View. Welcome. Never seen. Well, that's good. They're mean. Oh, okay. Bison's good, actually. I like bison. It's lean, but yeah, it's good. We do bison burgers a lot. We used to have a restaurant around here that was like um, buffalo burgers. They closed down years ago. I think I went too dark on this armchair. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. Yapping away, not paying attention. Although, like I said, it looks really, really light on the camera. But it's not. What is that? Ooh, there's a knot in the paper. Paper knot. Paper knot. Alright, let's go. No bison for you. That's what my mom brought me, was a filet mignon. I think that's like a little too tender for me, which I know makes no sense, but like you said, it melts in your mouth, so. Oh, thank you, Taylor. It's getting there, huh? I'm getting there. Getting there, getting there. Layering, 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 layering. My fish tank needs some water again. I'm sure you can hear. Poor thing. Getting Mike to do stuff has been a challenge. Hopefully it won't be like that when I really, really need him to do stuff. Ooh. Magic Worlds again. No, I haven't. That's the one you're waiting on, right? Mine too, Kim. I like ribeye too. Yep, 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 yep. Nope, I'm gonna do one in Rooms of Wonder and wait for you for Magical Worlds, so thank you. Oh, you did get it? That's not the one that you're waiting on? Ooh, what you eating? What you having? I don't know why. My appetite, I kind of think it might be, the inner nerves a little bit, where it's like I'm constantly hungry. And I find it weird, like I thought it was like muscle tone because since I haven't been able to do stuff, I've actually lost a few pounds, but I think it's because how hard I have to work to walk, so I was kind of thinking about that to tighten all the muscles in my stomach and, you know. One thing I've discovered, boy, I can walk when I get mad. Like, Mom, you're gonna have to, like, tick me off when I need to get something done. I don't know if it's the adrenaline or my mind's focused on something else or what it is, but I'm like, boy, Mike got me so mad the other day, and I was walking like a champ. It hurt like hell afterwards. Ew. Is she eating? I don't mean ew. I know people love seaweed, vegan ice cream, crock-pot turkey legs. Well, a lot of people eat seaweed. I know that crunchy stuff too. They say is pretty good. Is that what you did? The stuff in the packet, the crunchy stuff. It looks black. You guys are gonna laugh. Now here I am grew up in the city, and last night was the first night I've ever tried greens. Like greens, collards, like that type. I liked them, except for that they were very lemony. Are they supposed to be lemony? Or was that just a particular recipe? I mean, my whole family eats them. And I love spinach and salads, and just, I don't know, they've never really been. I'm going for the mac and cheese and the baked beans and potato salad, and I love uh, salad, lettuce salad with veggies and stuff, and pasta salad, so that's what I always go for. It's not supposed to be lemony. Okay, see, I didn't think so. Like, I thought that was weird. And my brother and sister and dad were, they didn't really comment on it, so I wasn't sure. I don't know. Anyway, no more greens from that place. They would like to try them again. My brother makes them. I'll have to have him. Like I said, I just kind of always skipped them over. More appealing things. And now, because my schedule is so strange too, a lot of times when I go to places, I don't even eat anything because it's not my time to eat. I'm not hungry. Collards, collard greens. Did I say it wrong? Vinegar. Now that makes more sense. That they would be like vinegary. But yeah, I thought it was weird. And what they were commenting on, it had pinto beans in it, and they said, well, there's not usually beans in it either, so. Which I don't know. I never, like I said, when they've been offered, I never really even looked at them, so. I really like a good macaroni and cheese or like a scallop potato, cheesy au gratin potato that's been, really cooked and almost burnt and stuck to the bottom of the pan. So if there's something like that, I'm making a meal out of that. I do love potatoes, unfortunately. Well, it was good when I had to do that diet thing, but did I say it right that time? Okay. That is different. Okay, that's what they said too. And they weren't sure if they were pinto beans or not. Like, it was kind of like, well, what kind of bean is this? And they're pulling them out, looking at them, and it looked like a black eyed pea to me, but they said no. We're making you hungry, huh? Yeah, and then it had like pulled pork. So it was, the greens and the beans and big chunks of pork. So they were kind of complaining about that too, that the pork should have been broke down, in there. I think it's usually ham hocks and people, which that's what I'm used to, like the ham hocks or smoked turkey wings or turkey drums or something like that. That's what I'm used to the family having in them. So, which I love the smoked wings. But no, definitely gonna have to have an orange kitty kitty because he's gonna look good on the blue chair. The way she draws her cats too, the way she does the fur, I feel like they are orange. I don't know what the name is for the orange cat. Do they have a particular name? I'm not real cat educated. Cat educated. Turnip greens are better. Okay. Okay, next subject. Are you hungry, Taylor? Jessica's glad she ate. Chrissy's getting munchies. Tabby, is that does, yeah, that might be correct. I think that is. See, I changed the subject. We're going to talk about cats. Your next favorite subject, Taylor. Calico is the all different ones, I think. Like they're brown, white, black. Oh, you know what? I could be wrong. That might be the striped one. The calico is the striped. Any cat people here? Yeah, the calico might be the where it's striped, but different colors. And then the patchy is the, oh, nasty greens. I said, like the last few days I have it, it's like I got a constant appetite. And I don't normally eat sweets, and I've had a sweet tooth. And I don't know, very weird. I really want some cake. Wish it was my birthday. Can you guys send me a piece of your birthday cake? Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Leos. I don't know when your birthdays really are, so happy birthday to the Leos in the house. I know it's at least Taylor and View. Do we have more Leos? Yeah, I don't know. I'm normally not hungry at all at this time of day, but I've kind of been hungry constantly. No. Good thing we got a lot of stuff just to grab. Because I surely don't feel like cooking. It looks like a puppy. Oh, I see it. It does. When I look at the screen, I can totally see that view. The sad little puppy eyes and the big old ears. Yep. Wow. That was good. I was going to say, I know we have a cat person in here. Yeah, the orange is the tabby. Okay. And what's the calico? Did you describe that for her? Did she get that for you? Crumble cookies. Hi, Thomas. Happy Friday to you. Nice to see you. Cats and art. Yep. I totally see it, View. Yep. Oh, yummy. Strawberry cheesecake. Ooh. Now I'm not going to be able to unsee that. It does look like a puppy. That's funny. Ooh, that scared me. Something just fell over there. All right. I have to take a little... Sorry about that. I'm not liking that. Look, it looks all the same blue. It looks so light on camera. Well, on my screens, I know it seems like everybody's screen, the stuff looks different, so. Because I watch on two different screens and they're different on both. One doesn't even look like I colored anything. It's kind of weird. Got a new cushion for my seat, so I'm a little bit higher. I'm much more comfortable today. My back has really been bothering me after I get them streaming. Listening to Shani talk about how we contort ourselves to color on camera. It's so funny. And like right now I'm kind of sitting offside, like she said, with your head bent over so it's not in the camera. There's got to be a bump. I wonder. Oh, it's not on there. It is. It's in this paper. Well. Just got a harsh line there that's going to be hard to rub out. Something's not right there. Had some bumps on there or something. I couldn't feel them, but that must be my numb fingertips. Tell you, it's the weirdest thing. The numb fingertips. Oh, let's check the chat. I see some. Oh, you did? How you like it, Thomas? Getting around a little bit better? I actually am. Jessica hungry, yep. Oh, I love graham cracker crust. That's one of the reasons that I don't like pie. I don't like pie crust. Nope, it's totally a puppy. Calicos can look like all sorts of different. Okay, tricolor cat is usually patches. I've heard that, Kim. Well, thank you, Taylor. I appreciate that. The blue must be showing up better on what you're watching, because, like, it is so light on my screen. But in real life, it looks good. Real life. You know what I mean. In person. In person. Mom is doing great. Thank you very much. You been doing good? I know Amy's not here tonight, but she'll be really happy to hear you popped in. So, how often does seems like you guys are always doing new stuff over on Shani's channel. How often does she pull like new color prompts or whatever? Is that like a weekly thing? I swear you guys were just doing Galaxy. I'm really confused with all that stuff. That moves along a little too fast for me, though. Well, that's good news, Thomas. Monthly? Okay. So the ones that she's doing right now, they're the August prompts. Or I'm sorry, September prompts, and then like the Galaxy and that other one was September. I sure hope I can color a little. I know it'll be like at least a week or two before I can color after the surgery, but because I have to sit at a 90-degree angle for so long, I'm trying to figure out a situation. But if my table wobbles, that's coloring on a wobbly table. I don't know. That's one of the main reasons I like coloring. This is an old, big, solid desk, so no wobble here. And then, where I color upstairs, it's a pretty heavy glass tabletop too, so it doesn't wobble. But I'm not going to be able to sit at either of these places afterwards, so I just don't know. Oh, that's good. I'm like, they have to replace your foot, but you meant the feet for the wheelchair. Okay. Oh, those are August? Oh, goodness. I don't know. Like, I seem to miss them, Taylor. I don't know. Maybe because I don't really plan on doing it, so I don't pay attention to it. I don't know. Right. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to sit up in my bed. That's a no. But I pretty much have to sit in a kitchen chair. And we had bought a table for my mom's recliner that goes across the recliner, so I'm gonna set the kitchen chair up in the middle of the living room and then try to use that table and see how that goes because it didn't fit where her recliner is because the recliner is just kind of stuffed behind the couch and in between the dining room table and the couch. Our living room and dining room are like attached. There's no wall in the middle. So we use the couch as like the wall. Well, that's the starting point. The back of the couch is the dining room. I know I'm just getting nervous because I keep telling Mike I need to, set this stuff up and see if it's going to work, and he hasn't done anything. And I'm like, time is going so quickly. Come on. But uh, hopefully it'll all come together. Um, Mainly because I can't color that fast, Taylor. And I like. I was thinking about doing the little six little galaxy things in the small victory, and then I kind of felt like I was getting the S thing and the Galaxy thing, but then I realized one was for August and one was for September. So then, I've been trying to keep a butter buddy color going with Amy, but she's a couple behind. That's why I asked you if you wanted to do another one. I saw you say something about Lost in Time. Yeah, Lost and Found Industry Property Around the World. Nice. I like the around the world. Like, how do you like the paper in the hardcover, Thomas? See, this is the one thing about these aquamarines, like mixing them. I don't know if that shows on camera, but they start to get a little like a pinkish or a purplish hue to them. I guess that's the marine part. I don't know. I said I wish I had a white. I can't believe I don't have a white. I know where they all are. I have a light upstairs that's got a caddy attached, and I do tend to keep all my white and blacks in there. White, black, gold, silver, things you kind of use on almost every page or right. Yeah, the S thing is Angela, correct? Yeah. That's what I mainly use in there, Thomas, is alcohol markers. I actually just finished. Oh, that's the frog's tail, isn't it? Yeah. I did just finish one in the frog. Oh, you just got this book, didn't you, Taylor? Yeah, so what did I attempt new on here? Oh, I tried to put pink in the sky. It's probably not going to show. Oh, it does kind of, doesn't it? But it looks really, really cool. My mom was like super impressed. You can't see it too much, but You know how the sky kind of changes pink and blue, so I did get that effect, but it's not showing up too much on camera. But that's all alcohol marker, except for the sky. The sky's got some. No, the sky is alcohol marker, except for the water. The water is Neo 2s. You have to do the other 5. Yeah, I kind of looked at them, but I didn't know what to do to them. I'm like, thank you, Taylor. I do too, Thomas, but I'm not too happy with the paper. I get the paper's okay, but and like I specifically bought the books to use the markers because like I was going through my mom's stuff and I just keep finding more and more markers and backups. I said I could really open a marker store, like what do you call it, secondhand marker store. I could probably stay open for about 6 months before I'd run out of stuff and not have to buy anything to stock my shelves. Um, Stabilio, the fine liners. You would not believe the backups that I have of those. I could put sets together, you know. I was looking for a particular color to do. Oh, the green, when I did the green checkers on the tablecloth in the last picture. I grabbed one of those fine liners and I'm looking for a green and I opened this case that my mom has of those. Well, yeah, this is a nice green. Oh, do we have enough in case it runs out? Oh, you have 10 of them? Like, what the heck? I will never use 10 green fine liners. Thanks, Taylor. Wow, you are cruising in there, Jessica. Yeah, my mom really liked them too. View. She had the the real fine tips that are, like that. Where you feel like you're gonna scratch the paper off. And then she got the medium ones, which I need to start playing with because those I saw somebody else color with those. It might have been Spare Room Studios, and I'm like, oh, those will probably do really good. And it's almost like the super tip point without the bullet side. Is that what they call that side? Do you have any of those, View? The little bit thicker? Thomas, she stopped coloring again. But here's the funny thing, guys. Mom was looking through my Small Victories book and she really liked it. And so she ordered one. They're only $8 right now if anybody needs a new copy of Small Victories. Because that's what I said to her. They're probably on sale because she's coming out with a new one. So, um, so yeah, she ordered a Small Victories. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. So she hasn't colored pictures in a really long time. When she was doing coloring, her and Amy were doing mandalas. And she likes, God, what is Nick? Oh, no, 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 no. There's some guy that does these testellations, and it's a man. And she's done every single one of his books and a couple of them twice. And when she started coloring again, she did that. I bought her first edition of Romantic Country. She did quite a bit in there. Because she bought the Castle Art Golds. She really, really likes those. So she's like, oh, I think they're going to work nice in the Small Victories. And I said, they probably will. Because that paper does like hard. I love my Chromo Flows in Small Victory. That's what I've been using. I think yeah, they're a medium tip. You've never seen them, Kim? Yeah, they are like super little. And see, my mom did those testellations where, like there's just tons of tiny spots, like, the door up here and stuff. So she would use them. They do scratch the paper. Because of her cataracts, which she just got one eye done. And she gets the next one done 2 weeks, I think. I think September 8th is the next eye. What does Kaylee got? I have them too. Okay. Yep. Hi, Regina. Welcome. Nice to see you in. Again, thanks for everybody watching. That's not in chat. Thank you for the likes, the thumbs up. Oh, that's a good idea of you. Yeah, lately I've been using the chromophones, but sometimes they're even a little soft, like just because they're tiny, but they smush. Boy, I had a fight with a Prismacolor pencil the other day. A chocolate. The thing was just crumbling all over my page. It was in Small Victories. And then I got a big old line on the other side because I didn't see the crumble and I rubbed my arm across and oh, I was screaming. Like, this is why I don't like you. And you ever fight with your pencils, guys? It was terrible. My mom says, what is going on over there? Ugh. Was mad. So it was a full pencil and it went down to like this big. And it was already, sitting in the sun all day. So it was just a reject pencil, obviously. Okay. Wish this part would have been. I really want my white. Sorry, just touching up some spots over there that. But. Yeah, it is a nice book. And it was good for her because she likes to color. When she does coloring with pencil, she likes big areas. So that Romantic Country first one is. It's got a lot of big open space. I just happen to have 2 copies of that because Mike bought me one, which was really nice because at the time that he bought it, it was my absolutely favorite book. So I found it really interesting that even though he bought a book that I already had, he bought my favorite book. Like, I was really impressed. So he's like, see, I pay attention to what you color, and which I know he does. I see him look at it a lot when it's sitting there, and that's all I can see now, view, is puppy. Like, I want to put a nose right. Well, see, this little thing right here looks like his nose. That's all I see. It's because I put that dark in the eye. See, we'll get rid of that. Maybe it'll... Nope, didn't work. Still looks like a puppy. One of Mike's friends who is having a really hard time mentally got a 2-year-old dog that he says the dog just doesn't like him, and it's a beautiful dog. I'm still afraid Mike's gonna bring this dog home. He's constantly talking about her. Her name is Sky. She's gray and white, which if you've ever seen Pebbles, Pebbles is also gray and white. I don't know that Pebbles would put up with another female, though. She seems like that female dominant dog. I tried to do a video one day, and I left the video up because I thought it was really cute how she kind of she pulled on me, and she did not want me to color her. She's like, Mom, no, you're not coloring right now. I was thinking about that, Kim, but I don't know if it'll give me the effect. I might go back in there with the 10% is pretty light. It was finally like I used to crack up watching my mom color with them, and we have tons of sets. I use them just to write with. So I have this whole set, this Tamnit, Tanmit. Like, I've got 50 of them down here, and I just use them to write with because these are. And like the Stabilios, however that's pronounced, I don't think they ever dry up. Like, you can leave the cap off for days, and the things will still work. So that's what she's like, well, give them away. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really want to give those away. I know, like, you can't not see that puppy. I mean, so a puppy. A puppy chair on purpose. Yes, View, it's a puppy chair. We are from now on in. It is a puppy chair. This, like, yep, for real. It's so cute. Let me grab that too, since we're talking about it. And see, you think the cold? Oh, I did 10%. The cold is probably lighter than the warm, huh? Sorry. Cold, polychromos go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do they have a 6? I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired today. Yeah, they do have a 6. Okay, I thought so. So let's see if that works. Yeah, I think that is working. Got a couple of scratches. There was definitely something on the other side of that, my blotter page here. Yeah, so now I'm sitting here thinking about cake and ice cream and yep. Ooh. I don't know if she would, Thomas, but yeah, I think people would watch because a lot of people do know Mom. You know, she used to be a little bit active in the community too. She would join the chats. She just lost interest completely. Maybe, and with your eyesight to watch a coloring, it is kind of hard if you can't see. Man, this is going weird. But yeah, I hope she gets back into it when both her eyes are working properly. She really would like to start sewing again and cross stitching too. It's actually how she got into coloring. Was she was a huge sewer. She would sew 8, 10 hours a day, and I don't know. All of a sudden, like her measurements were off and stuff. I don't know if that was the eyes giving her problems or just confusion of old age. I don't know what happened, but things she had been making for years, like she couldn't get the sizes right. Like she would make me jammy pants, and the legs would be like really really big, and the waist would be too tight. And then I'd say, "Mom, they're too tight in the waist." And then she would just be making the legs bigger and not the waist. And I'm like, and she'd be getting mad at me because they don't fit. And I'm like, "Well, Mom, I don't know what's happening." I have you, and she's listened to a lot of your updates and everything, but I don't know if you remember, she's not getting the laser. Her insurance doesn't cover it. So, like a lot of her stuff, the stigmas that the lasers correct, the regular surgery doesn't correct that. So, although she can see a lot better, she still has her stigma or whatever you call it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really bad with those kind of words. So, but yeah, she can already see better because she couldn't see, where I said the dining room and living room was attached. She used front door from sitting at the dining room table. Now she can. If there's a package sitting there, she would just see like a darkness. She couldn't. Is that a box? Is that a this? The dog would be sitting right in front of her because she's gray. She couldn't see her. Well, where's Pebbles? I'm like, right in front of you, Mom. Oh. So, but yeah, even with the one I corrected, she's definitely already seeing better. So I am saying it right. Okay. Yes, she has different issues. No, but I used to watch Shalene way back when she would color. That's one of the original coloring channels. She was very very popular in the coloring community. Um, I know, I should turn her on to her. Well, of course, she doesn't really do anything anymore, does she? On camera, she just does her what's happening. What's happening today? I don't even know if she does that. I haven't stopped by her channel lately. Because she stopped coloring. Kind of what happened. All the channels that I used to watch for coloring went to diamond painting. And then they just kind of disappeared. So I'm loving the new channels that came out. Of course, I don't think they're all new. They're just people that I didn't watch before, I guess. Or, there's so many. Yep, her and Anne. I will view. Yep, she's got one done, and the only thing that she was mad about is she remembered everything, and the doctors told her that she wouldn't. And she told the doctor they better knock her out for the second one, and he agreed he will. So, thank you, Tom. She loves you too. The funny thing, View, is she put it off for years and years and years because her health was so bad. She didn't think that, and I don't like to say things like that out loud. So she thought that she was too old to get it done, that it wouldn't be needed. And now, like, we got her heart and stuff under control, and her leg, she had fallen, and she was just really miserable for a while. But she's doing really, really well. Like, 2025 was a terrible year for her. Just terrible. I'm sure she'll be happy when this year's over. I don't. A lot of you probably don't know this, but my mother was married, but he didn't live here because of he was agoraphobic, and she wanted to move out of the house that she was in because she needed help and needed different things in the house or whatever, and he wouldn't move. So that's how me and her ended up together, living together. And he died in 2025. Well, the end of it was like the end of 2024 into 2025, because I think it's been a year he's been gone now. And then we lost Chubbs. It'll be a year in September that we lost him, and then all her health issues, and she did. So she just had a terrible year. I think it even looks more like a puppy now. Sped through the coloring. Yeah. And it's kind of weird how things happen like that because, like now I need help. So it's like she's actually able to do a few more things now to help me. Like, I still have to do a lot for her, but she's also doing some things for herself, which she hasn't done for years. So she keeps a pitcher of water by her, and normally I'd have to fill that a couple times a day, but she's been getting up and filling that herself. And she has, a walker with a seat, and so she can put stuff on it and carry it. So she brings out her laundry for me to do. And she tries to carry her dishes in the kitchen. She doesn't make it very often. Usually, once she gets up, she has to run to the bathroom. But she's trying. She's doing more, so it's nice. Are you leaving, you? You going night night? Hugs back, night night, sleep well. Thanks for coming. Kim was the only one that knew anything about Anne. That's who she said that we used to watch, Celine and Anne. I guess she just lost interest in coloring, from what I understand, and gave all her stuff away. So, yeah, I thought that was weird too. I had no idea what happened because, she had left and come back and left and come back, and I was in and out of the coloring community too, and at one time she come back strong and I was glad to see her, and then the next time I came back she was completely gone. Because usually when she'd stop her channel, she still leave, she would still leave videos up and stuff for us to watch. And she even said that, well, if I leave, you still got my whole archive of videos. And, but yeah, she just all down. Yeah, those were the big channels. Shalene and Ann and Bubbles was in there too. Um, Bubbles was an old schooler streamer. Reading with Pugs. Even though it was Reading with Pugs, she did a lot of coloring. Sammy Colors and Chats. She was a super good colorist. Very good with portraits. She still has all her lives up and stuff for those of you trying to learn portraits. She was very close with Dee Dee, and I think she mastered Dee Dee's skill. She fabulous colorist. So those of you wanting to learn more about portraits, I would recommend her watching her old replays. She also does give colors for skin tones, which I have written down around here somewhere for like all the pencil sets. She gives like a list of colors that she uses for all the different skin tones, from lightest to darkest. And definitely a good reference channel for portrait coloring. She works in Serene a lot, those of you coloring in Serene. Yes. Do you still talk to her, Kim? When we talked about it and you said go ahead and send her an email or whatever, I did, but she didn't respond at all. I just kind of said hi, hope you are well, and it didn't really require a response, so I don't feel like ignored if she read it, because it's not like I asked her any questions. I just told her I think of her often and hope that she's well, and, you know. I didn't know if you had heard anything new about her. But yeah, I know a couple people said that she gave all her stuff away, so. Well, I think one person that I heard it from was actually one of the people that she gave the stuff to, which I can't remember who that was now. But I was like, oh, you're the one who got all her stuff. Because they were talking about, oh my god, all of it? Don't you want to give it to other, And she said no, she just thought it would be easier to do it all in one. You take it, so. And I know I heard that on somebody's channel, but I don't know who. Alright. How long did that take me? About an hour to do this chair. Well, that is like a quarter of the page. Of course, we have to have wood feet too. I wish I could get some more depth in here, but I think the papers had it. Maybe not. That's still layered up a bit. She did, and nope, she gave it to a young girl in her area. Must have been somebody talking about it then. So I was trying to think of her channel, Anxiety Art Adventures. I want to say that might have been who mentioned it. I haven't watched her in forever, Thomas. For a few reasons. A lot of people stream at that time now too, and it just other things grabbed my attention more. Not into the grayscale too much at all either, so. Taylor's leaving? Okay. Good night, Taylor. Thank you for coming. And happy birthday again. Again, I said I don't quite know when your guys' birthday is. But happy birthday. Yeah, she did the doll thing for a while. I did see a little bit of that. Yeah, I remember you telling me about the fish tank. The last time I watched her, she had one tank, and that was all. So that was like the last thing I saw. Yeah, I'm shocked sometimes how long it takes me to do things, but it's just the perfectionist in me, I guess. I feel like, well, I can get it better. I can get, but you know, and I just can't stop seeing a puppy. Thanks, View. Oh, for those of you watching, please subscribe to the other channels here too if you're not. The Coloring View is a channel. Taylor, who's just left, um, Coloring with Taylor made. Ivy Pearl, Clever Swirl, Kim's Creative Coloring, of course. Um, Anyone else on here have a channel that I missed? Go ahead and give your channel name. Always have to mention my dear sweet Amy. Amy Travels, Colors, and Crafts. She still uploads a little bit of content, and there's a lot of content there to be watched. She does a lot of experimental stuff. But yeah. I haven't seen Jess in the last couple of days. That's the other one, Valentini Arts. Did she add in coloring to her channel too, I think? Okay. I think that looks pretty good. It's much bluer in real. Well, like I said to you, your screens might be showing it, so. That's my burnishing. I use the paper towel too. I think a lot of us do. I really should buy a burnishing stump. I've been thinking about it for years, but then I'm like, well, I just use the paper towel. It works. Yeah, I haven't seen any posts from you lately, Thomas. And my kitty Haven with 21 cats, she does kitty shorts and stuff. So if you're interested in cats, let's do these legs. I think since I want to make sure I get a little bit of different color in here, we'll go kind of in a reddish sort of brown. So I'm going to use burnt sienna. What's this one? Nuggets. Oh. What else we got? Maybe the Indian red in there too. Okay. I'll base with the nougat. I don't know what I want to do with those highlights for right now. I'll leave them white and see if they're going to be too big. Can't really get rid of them. Just got them drawn in there. It would be a shining. CB does that with paper towels too. Who's CB? Is that a washcloth? That might be a coloring channel. Thank you, Kim. I don't think I know who CB is. Is that a channel I need to check out? Oh, and this is Indian red. And I'm going to go around the outline. CB has been around forever? Yes. Is that her channel name? CB? Or is it CB Colors or CB or... Yeah, I don't think that's one I have. You know, I have quite a few I'm subscribed to, you know, and then I don't realize because, you know, I watch my group. And I run out of time to go exploring other people sometimes. And the burnt sienna. Work with that Indian a bit. And blend it in with the nougat. Hope. I think I had my camera in a better place today too, because I didn't really go out of frame too much, did I? I did move the stand a little bit, so. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because you know, it's the bumps. So, like, once you burnish out the paper towel and get rid of the bumps, it doesn't work. So I could see that the washcloth would work too because they're usually got some bumps on them. Good idea. Yeah, and on that small victory paper, because it's so shiny, yeah, you really do have to burnish, or you're like, you know, what the heck you call it, smearing it all over the place. Wow, this is a really soft pencil for polys. I obviously don't use this very much. I was looking to see if I had a small one in there, and I don't see one. Apparently, I don't grab nugget very often. Yeah, it's probably in here somewhere. She's on hiatus right now. CB Coloring and Crafts. Thank you so much, Kelly, for looking that up for me. She'll be back in September? Okay. Well, I probably got lots of stuff to watch, huh? At least check her out, see what she's up to. You know, I'm always trying to learn new stuff. I feel like I went to a point where I was learning and then I just kind of got stuck and stayed with what I do. But, as you guys call it, like the blinging, I don't do much of that. And I don't know, maybe I need to. One of the reasons, I don't, especially like with the glitter and stuff, I leave my pictures in my book, so it seems like the glitter just kind of goes away. It doesn't stay. And it's bumpy on, like, say I did glitter on this page and I just put a sheet of paper in between. I'm gonna get the glitter bumps on this page. So I kind of stopped. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I have all these products. I need to at least use them up. And I don't have that much glittery stuff. I have like 2 half bottles of stickles, but I have quite a few gel pens around here. From the mom. Mom loved to color in gel pens. I don't know how she did that with the sparkly gel pens. Like the shine, the kickback shine really bothers my eyes. One of my new subscribers this week is, someone who I call my brother. I don't know how to say that. How do you say that? Considered family brother. I realized he colors. He posted a picture. I told him, hey, I can't believe you color. You know, I have a YouTube channel. So he subscribed. So that was nice. He was doing a portrait picture of a woman. It's coming out very nice. I'm like, oh, you color. And I find it funny, like, with the people that I know, the other people, other than YouTube people that I know, the people that color are all men. I was thinking to myself, I need to tell him to make a YouTube channel, because the men coloring channels really do very well. Really? I don't really try my Prismas. I don't know if I've used my I like my Prisma in Rooms of Wonder though, and I think that's kind of the same paper. Like I said, I've been using Chromo Flows, and they're pretty soft too, but they're also hard. They're kind of a hard soft, but they're very blendable. You're gonna make me look. I don't know if I've used Prismacolors in there or not. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Oh, I did, yes, because I followed Tasia and did a hamburger. He. Yeah, I like the Prismas in there. Are you pressing too hard, Jessica? Because I could see if you press too hard, they might just smear in there. Okay. Yeah, those little shiny things are too big. I don't know what to do about that. What's the answer for that one? Kim, you still here? Yes, you are. Oh, of course. As soon as I ask you, you're here. You're leaving. Okay. Yeah, my attention span is bad for videos. I do like the shorts. Sparkly. Sparkly, sparkly. I'll have to check that one. I don't know. Did you post that? No, you don't post your stuff. I need a black polychromos too, and I don't have that down here. So what would Kim say? Kim would say, do a dark gray. Ooh. Okay, you're back. Okay, Kelly. Thanks for coming. See you next week. You have a good weekend too. Probably see you around. Bye. Alright, now I forget what I was going to ask you, Kim. Oh, you think these highlights are too big? Like, they're drawn in. What else? What do I do with them? I think they're too big. Oh, no. Well, Chrissy, I hope you feel better. Thank you so much for coming, though. I saw you a little bit more this week than last week. Okay. Have a good night. Feel better. Thanks. Wanted to see if I could darken this up a bit. A little bit more contrast in here. But I haven't slept really well the last 4 nights either. Somehow try to turn my schedule around. Boy, when they call me and say, "Oh, you got to be to surgery at 7 in the morning," well, I'll probably still be up. Let's see, did you answer me? Thanks, Chrissy. Have a good night. What's this? On Facebook, I did. Oh, okay. Do you think they're too big? Like I think they are. How do they look? I don't know. It looks really strange to me. I don't know if it's just because I'm like very focused on them. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with them. Oh, so you're not blending it in enough. So yeah, you're using your white to blend it. Okay, that works. But if you don't like them in there, use something else. You gonna get a small set of polychromos to try? I don't know if that really did much. Yeah, I don't know. Can we just ignore it and color it in? I'm gonna have to think on that. I don't know. Let me see. Let me try this. I think that's a little better. That is, hey, look at me. There's a big ass white spot in the leg. Oh, sorry for swearing, but. Yes, thank you, Kim. I think so too. It's not so, like I said, in your face. Right. That was just a little much. They're so big. I don't know why she did them so big. Weird. As much as I like her, I sure dogged the poor woman out. So sorry. But, I have to color it. I'm thinking, yeah, orange kitty for sure. And I know we've colored these pillows before. Those are the same pillows that are on a different picture. I'm sure of it. Is it this book? I'm curious. She just always draw the same pillows. What page did we do with pillows? Oh, that was the green one. I think that was Home Sweet Home. I don't have my books down here. I can't remember the first book we worked in. Afternoon tea. That's what it is. On the chair to the left, the pillows are the same. And I don't have the afternoon tea down here. Oh, I'm even curious, is there a cat? Is that like a stamp she put? Ooh. Right, Kim. um, we're talking about Teresa Goodwitch, her drawings. Like, sometimes it's very confusing to color. Like we were saying, uh, looks good to draw, but to color it's a little confusing. And it is, because she doesn't always complete. Like I said, she's getting better at it. Like her trees would just be random leaves and stuff. Now she kind of puts a darker line around them. So my mom used to really complain about that. And I think, oh, it must not have just been my mom that was complaining. I would like this blue a lot smoother. And see, tomorrow when I look at this, these pencils will, even though they're oil-based, there'll be some bloom on here because there's no tooth in the paper. So once that wax separates, it's going to bloom up, and I'll have to wipe it again because it'll look like I have white on top. So, yeah. And for polychromos, I don't know if you guys usually use a blender. Sometimes I will, and if I do, I use the Luminance. So what is that? Karen Dosh blenders, the full blender stick. I know I have one down here. Maybe I don't. But that would be the blender that I would use on polychromos. I don't think those other blenders really do anything for polychromos. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the full blender thing like that. And honestly, what I think these do, and why they're with the luminance, I think this is what provides the light fastness, the protection from the sun. Because it definitely puts like a shiny coat. But as far as blending, I don't know. May work it into the paper better. They do. And I'm so sick of doing them, Kim. Like, we are going to have to, I think we might have to switch artists. But we're going into fall and winter, so we'll be doing leaves and trees and stuff rather than flowers. So, yeah, her flowers are terrible. Her animals are, I don't know, her people are the worst. My mom used to say that. And then I noticed, like, she kind of stopped doing them. She'd either do just the backs of them or there's no people at all. She does horses really good, but other animals are just very basic. But yeah, that's so funny. And then because with that, it kind of leaves lines, I always go over it again because that'll leave like streak lines in different directions because it is applying a shiny coat. So I always kind of wipe it again to get rid of any streaky lines that might be there. So, yeah, the gnomes are pretty cute. I have the Christmas gnomes. That's the only gnome book I did, though. Let's see. I figured one is enough, and I don't do a lot of Christmas coloring, so gnomes. Although now I have some nice Christmas books I want to color in. I have the Color at Christmas, which is super nice. And I have the Tropical Christmas. I can't remember who that is by, but Amy got that too. Somebody sent her that, so I have a feeling we'll definitely be coloring in that. Should I do? We said this. I want to see what you think, Kim, because I can get rid of this if this is. Gnome Sweet Gnome is very cute. Yep. If my mom was still coloring in her books, because my mom loves gnomes, we would have all those gnome books. Can you see that green next to that blue? Do you think that darker? See, mint green I think of as light. Oh, that's dark. That's mint green? Okay, I get it. Like, yeah, like a mint leaf. Oh, goodness. Now it's gonna go weird because I put the. It just looked like with the dark. The dark. I don't know how to say that. It's probably all silent. Halo green, phalo, PHT, halo. Um, I think I might even need to go darker than that. Like to make it like a hunter's green because it's not looking. Should I deepen it up with like the pine? Look, she abandoned me. Do pine and hunters? If it's not dark enough, I'll have to put some gray in there. But even darker than that, okay, that's my darkest green, so I'm gonna have to add, that's the pine green. Gonna have to add some gray to it or something. Let's see if like a military type green. Oh, what it is right now is good? Or should I? I'd like that even better. We good? What'd you think? What'd you think? What'd you think? What'd you think? Okay. So it's kind of a combo of hooker's green, pine green, and chromium green. Okay. Chromium green opaque. So that'd be the combo around there. Just get a nice... Oh, what color green would I call this? I don't even know. See this bright, bright, bright white paper? Those colors went down very light. Like that hunter's green. Yeah, it's pretty dark off on the side. You did not lay down on that paper like that. Oh, that's why, because I did hookers, not hunters. So this doesn't have a hunters. Okay. Let me snap my head back on, right? So yeah, these three colors made a hunter's green. Hooker's green, pine green, and chromium green opaque. And we got a nice hunter's green. Okay. I'm caught up now, Kim. Oh my goodness. Kim, is Ange okay? I meant to ask you earlier today. She just busy with the kids. She alright? Probably just do this one side piece, get the colors laid down so I know what I want to do. That hookers. Thank you for the color suggestion. So now this is the area that's hard to reach. Let me bring this down a little bit. I think I can. She was good, good. Okay. Tell her I said hello. We'll do the pine. See, that's the one thing with polychromos that people don't realize. Like, you can, that's why they layer, because you can really recreate a lot of colors. I personally don't know exactly how to do that. I just started discovering that myself because I was playing with like some pinks and stuff and I couldn't get the color that I wanted. And I'm like, that's the differencing between the layering and the blending. Like, Prismas wouldn't do that. You know, Prismas, the more dominant color would just take over. It wouldn't actually create another color, you know. Like, you were talking about that with your flowers. I think not your last stream, but the stream before that. It might have actually been this last one when you were finishing up the flowers, where, the light takes over the dark, rather than just, blending into a different color. It actually just, they're light colors, even though they're light, they're opaque. And they do take over the darker color. So I think that might have been this last one. I'm almost done with it. Your honeycombs are all done, and you're working on the flowers up in the right hand corner. So I'm almost done with it. I asked you a question or answered a question on there too, or something that you guys were talking about. Oh, I don't remember now. Oops, got some green on my wood over there. Well, I got a lot of coloring to do off camera because I'm going to finish this molding. I do like this now. Okay. If my brain would have connected that hunters and not hookers right away. See, I had mint in my head because you said mint green. And I wasn't thinking spearmint. I was thinking light mint. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, polys blend nice. Layers, yep. That's okay. What do I think so far of the green? I really, really like it against the wood, which I did. Like, I had a bedroom that I had a barnwood wall, and I had, like, dark brown picture frames on there, and I loved it. I was just worried about it against the blue, but yeah, it's fine. Yep, it'll be fine. So, I think I'm just going to do that trim right there, that color, though. Maybe the shelf, too. And then a lighter brown for the back. That might be how I work that in. So just have that trim and that shelf green. Oh, your bee picture is coming out really nice. I'm sorry. I'm getting sleepy too, Kim. I have not slept. I'm telling you, the last 4 days. I don't know what's happening. But, well, for one, Mike is snoring like a freight train. And then I've had to get up early, and I'm a zombie. I even had a cup of coffee today. I don't know. What's your opinion on that? Do you think I should do this bookshelf green too, since I'm doing this trim? Because it'll just be that trim that's green. So I think maybe this bookshelf too, that would be pretty. I think that would work. Like you painted it to match. Yeah, I really love the brown flowers on your bee picture. And that you did your hives a little bit different than you did like empty. Yours are empty. Yes, they did turn out nice. And yes, on the shelf. Okay, yeah, I think so too. I think that'll work. Yeah, so I probably will try to finish well, I don't maybe. I may or may not finish that off camera. I already have colors picked for this. I gotta finish this, so we'll see. I don't know. My coloring time was done. And tomorrow I gotta spend the day upstairs, so I won't be coloring down here too much, but yeah, I'll definitely work that out. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, well this is probably a good place to stop. We got colors picked for that, and pretty sure my chair is done. I can't really get any more color. I do see one spot right here. I must have erased it when I erased the green. Got a little white spot on the top of my chair. All that blending and burnishing, and it erased anyway. Isn't that nuts? Thank you again for all being here and spending my social hours of the week with me. I really every one of you. Good night, Kim. Thank you again. Good night, everyone who came. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, we should see you next week. Same time, same place, 11 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So, have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.